In our first usage of WP nav menu, we've displayed it without using any parameters, though typically you are going to require a number of arguments. So the first one that you're going to likely use is either menu or theme location, because most websites have multiple menu systems, like you have a primary menu, a footer menu, a top menu, for example, and you need to specify which one you want to display. So the menu is either the menu ID, slug, name, or object, and then the location is separate. So the location might be like is by they might have similar names, so it might be the theme location might be the same, like top, primary. But the difference between them is that one specifies the actual menu and the other is a location, even though often they're synonymous. There's menu class, menu IDs, and most of these have to do with how the menu is displayed, the depth, how many drop downs you want to do. But if you look at a Bootstrap menu, actually let's just look at the code here. If you look at a Bootstrap menu, it has a lot of specific classes that it uses to identify the different elements. And so to get the menu working right with Bootstrap, we're going to use the Bootstrap Nav Walker. The Bootstrap Nav Walker has documentation that shows specifically how to implement the nav menu system. So let's just grab the Nav Walker code here. And first I'm going to take the name of the class. So it's a good idea when you're using scripts, whether you're, for example, if you use a local version of the Bootstrap files rather than the CDN, you don't want to change the names. You want to use the names that the names that have been given by the author. For one thing, it can help you identify it if you need to find documentation for it and so forth. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to add this Nav Walker script in. Of course, you don't have to do it this way. You could download the file and upload it, whichever way you prefer. Okay, so it's all here. One thing to be careful of in PHP is you want to make sure that you don't have any extra spaces. This is something that can throw people off. So if you have spaces like this, you'll get an error about it printing the header twice or something. So you want to make sure you don't have any extra spaces. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have access to this Nav Walker. It's in the same level, so it just needs, I'm just going to require it like this. Let's refresh, see if we get any errors, make sure that because I used require, if it can't find the file, it'll generate an error. PHP will generate an error. So far, so good. Now let's go back to the documentation for Bootstrap Nav Walker. Oops, I we have to go back to the first page. Here we go. And then here it has the implementation that it recommends. So let's replace all of this here. With this, now they have the theme location as primary. Let's see if that works. That might actually work for us, or for me. Let's see. Oops. Nope, it doesn't like it. So we have the menu name as primary. So let's instead use the menu parameter rather than the location. Let's capitalize it to make it the same. And now here we have the menu. Here's our menu, and it works as expected.